Hey everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I appreciate you watching. Today I'm going to be talking about fascia blasting. Now, there's a lot of different opinions out there on fascia blasting. Maybe you have no idea what it even is, and I'm gonna give you all of the ins and outs and my experience with it. Just a disclaimer really quickly, I am not a health professional. I do not know every single thing about fascia blasting. This is just my experience, and I hope that maybe it helps you with whether you want to purchase something like this, or if you just kind of want to know what's going on with it and you're curious as to what the heck it is. I have a lot of friends that are always asking me what it is because I do fascia blast quite often. I just am really excited to bring this information to you guys. What is fascia blasting? The best way to kind of explain it is to first explain what fascia is. Fascia is a term to describe all of the connective tissue throughout your body. Anything that's in between your bones and your muscles, it just goes throughout your entire body. That's the best way that I can describe it. And basically fascia, if you actually look at what it looks like inside the body, it kind of looks like a web, like a spider's web. It's like a mishmash of all different kinds of fascia. According to Ashley Black, who is the woman who made the fascia blaster, and she ended up curing a lot of her issues. I believe they said that she was supposed to be paralyzed and now she's walking and, doing great things. She explains it like this. A lot of the fascia is bound up. Bound up fascia is what causes cellulite. Those webs of fascia kind of get sucked together, and that's what causes the dimples, and then the fat pushes through certain parts, and that's why it gets lumpy and everything. So that's kind of the best way that I can describe it. This video is really just to describe my experience with it. Blasting means that you're gonna use one of these tools. Well, there's a whole lot of them. If you go onto ashleyblackguru.com, there's a whole bunch of different tools that you can pick out. The basic and original fascia blaster is this bad boy right here, which has the 4 prongs. Basically, you're supposed to rub it out on your fascia, and what that does is it kind of frees up that connective tissue and smooths it out. So that's the general definition of blasting. Now, here's the thing about blasting, and maybe it's not something that a lot of people understand before they buy this tool. Blasting is work. You need to warm up your body internally and externally. So, go for a walk or work out. I think that Ashley even has some specific workouts to activate the areas of the body that you want to blast. Then you want to externally warm up. So a sauna. For me, I just turn on my shower to the hottest it can possibly be, and I let the steam fill the room. So I pretty much turn my bathroom into a steam room, and then you have to get to work. So now that you've warmed up, which takes a little bit of time, then you're gonna go in and you're gonna use some kind of oil, which Ashley Black actually sells an oil, which I'll get into a little bit later. But you basically oil up your body, and then you're gonna take this fascia blaster and use it with the oil and rub really fast. Now, if you can't tell, rubbing your entire body like this, it does use up a lot of energy. So they do say that fascia blasting does burn some calories. It's work. And then you want to wash off the oil. You kind of want to do this before you get into the shower. So you have to time it pretty good. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who does it this way, but I do it from start to finish. I warm up my body, then I turn the shower on, I let the steam run for about 5 minutes, then I put the oil on my body, and then I start to fascia blast. Let's go through the products that I have. So I have the big bad boy fascia blaster. This is the basic original fascia blaster. I do get the question a lot, which fascia blaster should you start with? And I really truly believe that you should start with the original one because it gets the backs of the legs really well. You could just do your whole body pretty much except for like your face and the little tiny muscles. I really like the original one, so that's what I would start off with. It does cost $89 for the original one, and then the shipping is pretty hefty if I remember correctly. So this is not a cheap little tool. The other tool that I have is the Mini 2, which comes with two little nubbies at the end, which is also used for kind of breaking up really bound areas, so really like stuck areas like saddlebags, the sides of your thighs. That's a very bound area for a lot of women. I like the Mini as well, just to get some other spots, and it's just easier to use a little bit. So I think with the two products, having both of them, you're gonna be completely covered. And then she also sells some oils. She sells an After Blaster lotion, which I did buy the pack of the oil and the lotion together when I bought the big Fascia Blaster. I will say that I like the oil. It's really nice. It's supposed to be a thermogenic, which means that it is helping to burn fat directly under the skin. Now, I'm not sure if I completely and totally agree with that or believe in that, but that's what it says it does, and I did like the oil. I thought it worked really well with the tool. However, if you are fascia blasting every single day, which in the beginning I used up that oil in literally 2 weeks. And then the After Blaster oil, which I still have some left because I always forget to put this on. The lotion is supposed to also have that thermogenic effect, so it's supposed to help burn fat. I don't know if it does that, but I do. Again, I like the lotion a lot. Now, let's get to my review and what I think about fascia blasting. For the most part, I do enjoy fascia blasting, and I do think that it is helping my muscles and my recovery. I just recently went on a big fitness journey, and I also have a bad back, a bad knee, and a bad wrist from a very serious car accident I was in about 2 years ago. Now, I enjoy fascia blasting. I think that the whole act of it is very detoxifying, and I love to detox. I get a detox done once a month at this special health and wellness center near my house. That being said, it's also important to note that if you have a lot of fat and you have a past with negative emotions, maybe you were a drug addict in the past or an alcoholic, when you blast the tummy area especially, you might have a release of those negative emotions. I definitely experienced that quite a few times, especially and pretty much only when I blast my tummy. The first time I blasted my tummy, I actually broke out in hysterical crying for no good reason. And it turns out that it can actually release a lot of negative energies that you've been holding, which I like. I think that if it's been stored in there for this many years, if that stuff is still being stored in there, I want it gone. In that sense, I really like it. If you enjoy detoxing, I highly, highly suggest picking up a fascia blaster. I love the detoxing effects of it. I also love how it frees up your legs. So for me, when I started fascia blasting, I didn't realize how bound up my fascia was in my legs. I've always had cellulite. I've had it at different stages, but you know, since I did reach almost 200 pounds about 7 months ago, my cellulite was pretty bad. When I started blasting my legs, I would say I'm doing it more so to free up that fascia, and I don't know how to describe it other than saying that I felt like my legs were more mobile, could stretch them easier. When I worked out, I felt that my recovery from my workouts was a lot shorter. My muscles just felt so free. That's the best way that I can describe it, and I hope that helps out. Now let's talk about bruising really quickly, because this is a big topic in the fascia blaster community. Bruising does occur. They say that the bruising occurs because you're opening up the fascia and blood is able to now flow through that fascia, which, as I said before, is something that I really like. I think that it frees up my muscle, frees up the blood flow, and I really like that feeling. But in doing that, you're actually going to be causing bruising because the blood is moving throughout the body. So the surface area is going to bruise a little bit. And I've seen pretty bad bruising, especially here on YouTube before. So for me, I bruise a lot worse when I go through the whole process of warming up my body. Sometimes I will fascia blast without warming up my body and I don't bruise as much. So I have a feeling that you have to warm up your body, and that's why you want to warm up your body, because you want to have that blood flow. So the bruising is actually a pretty good sign, and the bruising starts to go away over time. I don't bruise a whole lot, except in the beginning I did bruise quite a bit. I bruised on my backside by my love handles because that's where I hold a lot of my fat, and I also bruised on my saddlebags. Overall, I have to say I enjoy fascia blasting. I think that it is a great little invention. I think that it definitely can help out, but I will say you have to do a lot of research before you use your fascia blaster. The detox symptoms can be very intense, and you want to know going into this that you're gonna have maybe those kind of emotions or the bruising or just everything, so you're not scared of what's going on in your body. Now, I've seen some before and afters where their entire body has completely changed and reshaped itself. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if that's gonna happen with me. I've been doing this for about 4 months, so we will see, but I do really like the positive effects that I am feeling from it. So if you enjoyed this video and it helped you out a little bit when it comes to deciding whether you want to start fascia blasting or not, please give this video a thumbs up, and I would love it if you would subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.